All right. Hello, everyone. We are now live on YouTube. So welcome, 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 and good evening to the Scholar Award Dinner virtual style. Yay. Thank you. Right. Hello, everyone. We are now live on YouTube. So can hear myself. And good evening. And I need to solve that problem. Award Dinner virtual style. Yay. Turns out I left the window open from YouTube from earlier to make sure that was working. So there's a fun echo to get us started for the evening. But thank you so much to all of our scholars that are here in the Zoom room. We're so excited to celebrate you tonight. And thank you to everyone out there on live stream who's joining to celebrate all of these amazing scholars. We are so sad that we still aren't able to get together in person. But hopefully you guys can still have a great celebration this evening. And those of you who are out there watching, we're about to start our presentation. So you won't be able to see all of these amazing smiling faces anymore. But I hope you can feel all the energy of all the scholars here together in the Zoom room. And scholars, keep using that chat and all of those reactions to keep celebrating as we go through this as well. All right, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Molly Friesenberg. I'm the Assistant Director of Evaluation here at New Futures, and I'm so excited to be with you tonight to celebrate our new Spring 2021 cohort of scholars. For those of you who might be new, you might be joining your first New Futures event, welcome to the New Futures family. We are so excited to have you here. New Futures works with young adults who are pursuing short-term post-secondary credentials, usually community college degrees, to launch careers they love in some of our region's highest growth fields. We support scholars through academic advising, skill building workshops, professional development opportunities, and of course, scholarship funding. Scholars, we are so honored to be a small part of helping you make your dreams a reality, along with all the community partner organizations who referred to you to New Futures, as well as all of your friends and family who are out there hopefully watching tonight and celebrating with you, and our New Futures donors who are all here to cheer you on this evening. Of course, no one can say best what it means to be part of the New Futures family like our scholars themselves. So I'm very excited to introduce you to our first speaker this evening, a New Futures alumni, Shahid Awel. Shahid first joined New Futures in 2016 when she was pursuing her associate's degree. And since then, she's not only graduated with her associate's degree, but also received a second-time scholarship and graduated from the University of Maryland in 2020 with her bachelor's. Welcome, Shahid. We'll turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for that introduction, Molly. Those are some fun animals to hear. So that was fun to hear after a long day of work. Thank you, guys. So first I'd like to thank New Futures for inviting me to speak at this Scholar Award dinner. I have a lot of respect for New Futures. So anytime they ask me to participate in a program, I'm more than happy to oblige. So like Molly said, I became a first-time New Futures scholar in 2016. So as you can see, I'm getting really old. And I was pursuing an associate's degree in business at Montgomery College. I went on to graduate from the University of Maryland, College Park, from the Smith School of Business in 2020. And I now work for Fannie Mae as a business analyst. And without New Futures, I cannot honestly say I would be where I am today. Not only did the program support me in countless ways, they relieved me of financial burden and a lot of stress for me and my family. And they've supported me in countless ways. My advisors always took the time to talk through situations and develop a plan. If I asked for a letter of recommendation or references, my New Futures family were the first people I would reach out to. And if I had any good news, my New Futures advisors would be among the first people to know. Because of New Futures, I have camped in woods, I have ziplined, I have networked with corporate partners like Capital One, I've given multiple speeches, I've visited West Virginia, and I've met great scholars and alumni that are part of this community. I'm giving you all these examples to let you guys know, current scholars, that New Futures will be there to help you in more ways than you can think of. And I want you to all take advantage of all the resources they have to offer, and to remember to give back when you become an alumni. To all the new scholars, welcome to the New Futures family. You've been given an amazing opportunity, and I know you will make the best out of it. I want to thank New Futures staff and donors, and give a special shout out to my advisors when I was a scholar, Miss G, Miss Griselda, Silvana, and Ellie, who are no longer working for New Futures, and Jamila. She is here tonight. So again, congratulations, guys, and congratulations to all the scholars and their families.
Thank you so much, Shahid. We'll have a big virtual round of applause for that. We're always so grateful that you are part of the New Futures family and for sharing your wisdom.
Thank you.
Well, tonight we're going to start off with introducing the rest of our new second-time scholars, just like Shahid was a couple years ago. Our second-time scholars are outstanding, hardworking students who successfully completed their first education program at their respective institutions and have graduated with an associate's degree or professional certification. They each decided to continue their educational journeys, and they've come back to New Futures to pursue a second degree. I am delighted to announce that New Futures has selected 10 extraordinary second-time scholars for our spring 2021 cohort. Woo-hoo. Cannot wait to honor them tonight as second-time scholars, as remarkable students, and as emerging leaders in their field, and of course, invaluable members of our New Futures family. So our first scholar, our second-time scholar this evening, is Jose Ricardo Membreno. Ricardo is pursuing his bachelor's degree from Arizona State University in electrical engineering. Our second second-time scholar, say that 5 times fast, this evening is Christian Pera. Christian is pursuing his bachelor's degree from the University of Maine in secondary foreign language education. Our next second-time scholar this evening is Catherine Suela. Patty is pursuing her bachelor's degree from Townsend University in elementary and special education. Our next second-time scholar this evening is Jessica Hernandez. Jessica is pursuing her bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County in nursing. Next, we have Fritza Camille. Fritza is pursuing her bachelor's degree from the University of the District of Columbia in hospitality and tourism management. Our next second-time scholar is Catherine Garcia. Catherine is pursuing her bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland Global Campus in sociology. Next, we have Erica Portilla Lopez. Erica is pursuing her bachelor's degree from George Mason University in criminology, specializing in homeland security. Next, we have Jaleel Barnes. Jaleel is pursuing his bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland Global Campus in computer science. And those of you on live stream can't see it, but all the emojis and happy dances are going crazy here in Zoom to celebrate. Next, we have, this is what happens when I go off script, y'all, and get myself messed up. Next this evening, we have Carlton Sanders. Carlton is pursuing his bachelor's degree from Virginia Union University in information technology. Our final second-time scholar this evening, as well as our very first scholar speaker, is Jenny Gonzalez. Jenny is pursuing her bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland, College Park in information science. And I'll now invite Jenny to share a few words with you all.
Oh my God, thank you, Molly. Congrats to all the other second-time scholars too. It's really cool seeing everyone's journey and how far they've come along. Well, besides that, good evening, everyone. My name is Jenny Gonzalez, and although we are meeting online, I'm happy to be here with all of you during an event that highlights the well-earned accomplishments of many young people. But as I am delivering this speech to you, I can't help but look back at all the times I faced challenges in and out of school that then seemed impossible to overcome. As a proud daughter of two immigrants from Guatemala and Honduras, I've always been supported by my family, and I'm extremely grateful for them, pushing me to always give my best effort in anything I do. I first witnessed hard work from my parents while I grew up in DC, and as they worked up to 3 jobs to sustain my younger brother and I. Given that they would work a lot, since I was in elementary school, I would have the responsibility of caring for my brother, including taking him and dropping him off at school, helping him with his homework, and making food for him. Taking care of my brother was one of the earliest challenges, and it was something that I was unfamiliar with. But I was able to care for him up until high school, where he began to move on his own. In high school, a challenge I faced was being unfamiliar with the college application process. It was all new to me, and as a first generation student, I needed extra help going through it. Luckily, I was blessed with the opportunity to become a New Future Scholar in the spring of 2019, and that's where I first met a group of wonderful mentors who guided me through the college application process and more. I was determined to go to college and move out of my house so that my parents wouldn't be worried about me getting home by curfew. However, that dream turned expensive once I saw how costly it is to go out of state and graduate debt-free. Graduating debt-free is a goal of mine. Instead, I started attending Montgomery College in fall of 2019, and I'm happy to say that I'll be getting my associate's in information science this summer. My major is information science, a branch in the computer science field, and I'm proud to be part of the 27% of women studying and working in a STEM-related field. I'm also proud to say that I will continue my studies at the University of Maryland's College of Information Science this fall to earn my bachelor's degree. Transferring to the University of Maryland and saving money wouldn't have been possible without New Futures. They were always there to answer my questions and help me with my application. Whether it was providing a recommendation letter or filling out FAFSA or proofreading my transfer essay, I knew I could always rely on them to assist me in fulfilling my educational goals. Another big thanks to New Futures, I was able to earn the opportunity of interning on DC Prep's tech team, a group of charter schools located in DC. I remember Jamila asking me if I was interested in a year-long internship on a tech team, and I immediately said yes. She helped me connect with Dwayne, who is now my boss and mentor, to set up an interview. Although my internship is close to coming to an end, I enjoyed every moment and will take my new skills with me somewhere else. My responsibilities include repairing damaged Chromebooks, responding to tech support tickets from the students' families through Zendesk, and troubleshooting those tech support tickets. At DC Prep, I've truly learned the value of being part of a team and learning new things every day. And I'm so grateful for meeting everyone on the tech team because now I have more people I can turn to if I ever need guidance. New Futures hasn't only lifted the financial burden of pursuing my degree, but they've provided guidance during all those times I've needed them. I've made lifelong connections that I will always carry with me because of them, and for that I am forever grateful. New Futures understands that everyone's journey to accomplishing their goals is different, and they support you no matter what. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Jenny. We love hearing from you and hearing about your story. Let's hear one more virtual round of applause for Jenny and all of our second-time scholars tonight. Awesome. I will now hand it over to our Career Pathways Manager, Jasmine Fro, to start introducing our first-time scholars.
Thank you, Molly, and congratulations again to all of our second-time scholars. Now it is my honor to introduce and officially welcome the first-time scholars who've been selected to the New Futures program to pursue an associate degree or professional certification. Scholars, as you know, we'll be introducing you by your career pathway. I'll be introducing the first 3 career pathways: construction and trades, education, and information technology. And then I will hand it over to our amazing Assistant Director of Scholar Success, Shannon, and she'll introduce the final 3 career pathways. So let's get started. I'll begin with our constructions and trade scholars. Our first construction and trade scholar is Carlos Lopez Aleman. Carlos is pursuing his associate degree from the Community College of Baltimore County in air traffic control. Carlos comes to us from our community partner, College Tracks. Our next construction and trade scholar is Carlos Estrada. Carlos is pursuing his associate's degree from Montgomery College in automotive technology. Carlos comes to us from College Tracks. Our final construction and trade scholar is Javier Ernesto Mejia. Javier is pursuing his associate's degree from the University of District of Columbia Community College in architectural engineering technology. Javier comes to us from the Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Now let's have a virtual round of applause for all of our new construction and trade scholars. Next, I'm excited to introduce our education scholars. Our first education scholar is Ani Villafranca. Ani is pursuing her associate's degree from the University of District of Columbia Community College in Education. Ani comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next education scholar is Juan Carlos Portillo. Juan is pursuing his associate's degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in Education. Juan comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our final education scholar is Suzette Adu Brimpong. Suzette is pursuing her associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in Social Sciences with a teacher education specialization. Suzette comes to us from Urban Alliance. So let's hear it or see those virtual emojis for our new education scholars. And next up are our information technology scholars. Our first IT scholar is Andrew Montano. Andrew is pursuing his associate's degree from the University of District of Columbia Community College in Computer Science and Technology. Andrew comes to us from Urban Alliance. Our next IT scholar is Ismail Sabir. Ismail is pursuing his associate's degree from Montgomery College in cybersecurity. Ismail comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next IT scholar is Hector Izira Shun. Hector is pursuing his associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in computer science. He comes to us from Genesis Works. Our next IT scholar is Jaime Carnides. Jaime is pursuing his associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in information technology. Jaime comes to us from Genesis Works. Our next IT scholar is Roberto Huyar. Roberto is pursuing his associate's degree from Montgomery College in computer engineering. Roberto comes to us from LAYC. Our next IT scholar is Suran Asmir Kebide. Suran is pursuing her associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in information systems. Suran comes to us from Urban Alliance. Our next IT scholar is Tien Huynh. Tien is pursuing his associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in information systems technology. He comes to us from Genesis Works. Our next IT scholar is Yafit Alemanu. Yafit is pursuing his associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in information technology. He comes to us from Genesis Works. Our final IT scholar, as well as our next scholar speaker, is Yonas Ibrahim. Yonas is pursuing his associate's degree from Montgomery College in information science and systems. He comes to us from College Tracks. Now, I'll invite Yonas to share a few words with us.
Thank you, Jasmine. Good evening, everyone. My name is Yonas Ibrahim. First of all, I would like to say I'm truly honored to be part of the 2021 New Futures cohort, and congratulations to my fellow scholars. A bit about me. I was born and raised in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, and in 2019, I came to the United States. In the fall, I will be attending Montgomery College and studying information technology. I would like to start with a story to share a bit more about my journey to Montgomery College and New Futures. Growing up in Ethiopia, I was told that I must become a doctor, as I continuously fell short of my parents' academic expectations. They banned me from playing soccer, as they saw it was the only thing I was passionate about and wanted to do professionally. I realized that I had no choice but to excel in my studies in order to play the sport I loved. Uh, as I flipped through a magazine my mother had brought from the market, I saw an article that caught my attention. Juan Mata, the journalist footballer. In it, I found something that sparked my intellectual curiosity. It was about a Spaniard soccer player who was also a certified journalist and marketer. The story portrays how he succeeded in balancing both his education and his soccer career, something I personally struggled with. The Ethiopian community in which I grew up was not appreciative of talent within sports. On the contrary, parents laid an emphasis on education. Graduating in science and technology field was considered a great honor for the child and family in my culture. My family adopted this exact mindset, having never taught outside our strict Ethiopian ideologies. My parents' mindset in the fact that I was prohibited from playing soccer led me to believe that education was the cause of all my problems. My view of education became skewed and negative. However, after I realized knowledge was the key to freeing myself from what I thought was my punishment, I became desperately devoted to it. I built my confidence and sought out different experiences. While in Ethiopia, I began participating in clubs, science fairs, and math competitions. During my participation in these clubs, I was often limited in what I could accomplish. I grew to understand that one of the major contributors to why my country is in absolute poverty is the lack of electronic industrial, manufacturing, information, and communication technology. This inspired me to be one of the domestic resources that my country needs to escape the iron clutches of poverty. And I became interested in the information and technology field. When I came to the United States in September 2019, I was hoping to get a better education than I received in Ethiopia. However, my initial excitement turned into dismay when I understood that my parents' income would not allow me to afford a college education, and my only source was outside scholarship for funding. This is where New Futures, a supportive organization, saved my hopes to pursue a higher education. I was more than excited when my counselor told me it does not only cover my expenses, but that the program also prepares me for my career and make sure I succeed in my journey. I would like to say thank you for choosing me to be part of the New Futures family, and I hope to succeed with you.
Let's give Yonas another hand. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Yonas. I love hearing about your journey to new futures, finding your passions, navigating different cultures. Love it all. Thank you so much. And now let's give it up one more time for all of our IT scholars. I feel so honored to have presented such an incredible group of scholars, and I will now give that privilege over to Shannon Jeffries, our Assistant Director of Scholar Success, so she can introduce our remaining scholars.
Thank you, Jasmine. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be introducing our final 3 career pathways: hospitality and culinary arts, public service, and health science. I'll start with our hospitality and culinary arts scholars. Our first hospitality and culinary arts scholar is Candida Henriquez. Candy is pursuing her associate degree from Prince George's Community College in Hospitality Services Management. She comes to us from See Forever Foundation, or the Maya Angelou Public Charter School. Our next and last Hospitality and Culinary Arts Scholar is Leslie Paz. Leslie is pursuing her associate degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in Hospitality and Tourism Management. Leslie comes to us from the UDC-CC Hospitality Program. Let's see those reactions for our Spring 2021 Hospitality and Culinary Arts Scholars. All right, next up is our Public Service Scholar. Our one and only Public Service Scholar in this cohort is Giselle Andrade. Giselle is pursuing her associate degree from Northern Virginia Community College in Criminology and Criminal Justice. Giselle comes to us from Liberty's Promise. Let's give it up for Giselle for representing our public service career pathway. All right. Our final group of scholars tonight is our health sciences scholars. First up is Carlos Pereira. Carlos is pursuing his associate's degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in nursing. Carlos comes to us from the Next Step Public Charter School. Our next health science scholar is Chiamaka Umaku. Chiamaka is pursuing her associate's degree from Montgomery College in nursing. She comes to us from College Tracks. Our next health science scholar is Delmi Alberto. Delmi is pursuing her associate's degree from Montgomery College in nursing. Delmi comes to us from the Next Step Public Charter School. Our next health sciences scholar is Fatima Silva. Fatima is pursuing her associate's degree from Prince George's Community College in medical assisting. Fatima comes to us from Liberty's Promise. Our next health sciences scholar is Glenda Lizama. Glenda is pursuing her associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in nursing. Glenda comes to us from Liberty's Promise. Our next health sciences scholar is Janae Poston. Janae is pursuing her associate's degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in nursing. Janae comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next health sciences scholar is Lara Kazanga. Lara is pursuing her associate's degree from Montgomery College in surgical technology. Lara comes to us from College Tracks. Our next health sciences scholar is Maria Clara Valle Amani. Maria Clara is pursuing her associate's degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in nursing. Maria Clara comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next health sciences scholar is Melvin Gonzalez. Melvin is pursuing his associate's degree from the University of the District of Columbia Community College in nursing. Melvin comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next health sciences scholar is Monique Bunda. Monique is pursuing her associate's degree from Prince George's Community College in nursing. Monique comes to us from Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School. Our next health sciences scholar is Tatiana Guevara. Tatiana is pursuing her associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College in diagnostic medical sonography. Tatiana comes to us from Urban Alliance. Our final health sciences scholar, as well as our final scholar speaker tonight, is Jordan Hales. Jordan is pursuing her associate's degree from Montgomery College in nursing. Jordan comes to us from Capital Partners for Education. Now, I'll invite Jordan to share a few words with us.
Thank you, Shannon, for introducing me, and congratulations to all of the first-time scholars. I hope I get to see you guys in person one day and to talk about your nursing experiences as well. Now, I'll talk a little bit about myself. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jordan Hales. First, I would like to thank New Futures for supporting me as I strive to meet my educational goals. This evening, I will speak briefly about my journey thus far and where I'm headed. I was born and raised here in Washington, D.C., in a household where obtaining an education was a primary goal for everyone. At times, my mother struggled to make ends meet for my sister and me in our 2-bedroom apartment in Southeast D.C. Washington, D.C., I'm sorry, Southeast Washington, D.C. Growing up, my mother had only achieved her high school diploma, but later on, she decided to get her bachelor's degree in psychology, and this inspired me to pursue a college education. In high school, I had my fair share of challenges. One challenge I faced was advocating for myself and asking for help. I didn't have the confidence to raise my hand or to ask questions, and this made me feel like I couldn't further my education in the future. After an intervention I had with my mom and my teachers, I was encouraged to step up and do more. If I didn't feel comfortable enough to ask my questions in front of the class, I would talk to my teacher after they finished the lecture, or if I was becoming to feel overwhelmed, I was able to take a quick walk to calm down or go to our guidance counselor to talk about what was causing stress. My confidence grew and I felt like I could do my work on my own. One example of this was how I tackled my biggest academic challenge, math. I knew that if I wanted to go to college, I would have to conquer it. I had to find ways to understand the material beyond the classroom. Tutoring and Khan Academy were tools I had to use to support my success. I worked hard to achieve in math, and despite my struggles, I am forging ahead to pursue a degree in nursing, which will include math courses and a number of other challenges. As a scholar, I am always looking for new ways to fund my education and meet my goals, and New Future provides that for me. I will continue studying nursing at Montgomery College and hope to graduate in 2024. Also, I would like to work as a nurse for a few years in Washington, D.C. in hospitals and clinics that allow me to support women's health, an area that is often overlooked. After watching a number of women in my family face health challenges, from fertility to overall physical health, I want to be in a position to impact this area before transitioning to becoming a physician's assistant. As a New Future scholar, I hope to find a safe space to receive advice and guidance on financial aid in my academics and other challenges that may arise while going through my journey. I look forward to receiving career advice to help me get closer to my long-term goals. Furthermore, I want to serve as a role model for others who may also face challenges as they go through their own journey, whether it's academic or just as they go through life. I am immensely thankful to New Futures for giving me this opportunity to continue to shine as a scholar and also believing in my goals for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Let's have another virtual round of applause for our health science scholars and Jordan Hales, our scholar speaker. Thank you so much for sharing that amazing long-term career goal. It's something that I also feel very passionately about, so we will have to talk about that more, Jordan. All right, now I will hand it over to our executive director, Julie Green, to close out this wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Wow, what a night. Congratulations to all of our new first and second time scholars. Scholars, thank you again for your bravery, your honesty, and your passion. Thank you for sharing your stories tonight, for your ongoing excitement as you start or continue your programs, and for embarking with us on this new journey. We are truly humbled to be by your side. Thank you to the New Futures alumni who played a special role in supporting our new cohort of scholars tonight. Jasmine, Brianna, Natasha, and Halleck. And thank you, Shahid, for sharing your alumni perspectives, experiences, and wisdom with us. And thank you to all of you joining us on our live stream. Thank you for supporting our scholars and their dreams as family members, community partners, members of our board of directors, associate board and alumni committee, and as New Futures donors. Thank you for all the ways you support these and every New Future scholar with your engagement, your encouragement, and your philanthropic support. Everyone watching tonight plays an important role in this family. We cannot wait until we are able to be back in person for this event and to celebrate with you all in the same room. I also want to extend my deepest gratitude to our Spring 2021 Selection Committee volunteers, Roger Figueroa, New Futures alumnus and member of the Alumni Committee. Joy Baker Jones, Associate Board Member. Heather Wathington, Board Member. Sanait Zudu, New Futures alumna. These individuals spent countless hours reading and rereading applications, preparing and executing interviews, and deliberating together to select the new scholars you met tonight. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, an enormous thank you to my colleagues on the New Futures team for all of the hard work you put into making this night and every aspect of our program and our work possible. And I need to give a very special thank you to you, Allie, for your leadership of the 2021 spring selection process, particularly during a time of such extraordinarily challenging circumstances. Thank you. Again, my deepest appreciation to you all. Thank you again. Have a wonderful night, and please stay safe and healthy.